Hi, my name is Devi Bellamkonda. I'm working as a technical marketing engineer focusing on Cisco software defined access. Today in this video, we're going to see what are the different types of borders in Cisco SD access environment and how to choose the right border for your network. Fabric border node contains the settings, protocols, and the tables to provide internal and external routing between the fabric overlay and outside networks. And the border node is the exit and the entry point to the fabric, and also it is the point of all external connectivity. So fabric border nodes connect the Cisco SD access fabric to a traditional layer 3 or layer 2 networks or to different fabric sites. Fabric border nodes are responsible for the translation of the context from one fabric site to another fabric site or to a traditional network. The fabric border is also the device where the fabric control plane of local or different fabric sites exchange reachability and policy information. We have three types of layer 3 borders, which is an internal border, an external border, and an anywhere border. For the migration use case, a layer 2 border functionality which can be enabled on a border allows the communication between hosts residing in the traditional network with hosts residing in the SD access fabric. We can see here that this border will let hosts in 1024 VLAN in SD access environment talk to a VLAN 100 in a traditional environment. Now we will see what each border is used for and when to pick them. Internal border is used when we are connecting the fabric to a known network like data center, shared services, or a WAN. Internal border dynamically exports the fabric prefixes to the outside world and imports the external routes into the fabric so that the hosts in the fabric know how to reach out to your external domain like data center, shared services via an internal border. External border is a gateway of last resort for unknown destinations. External border is used when we are connecting the fabric to an unknown prefixes like internet or a public cloud. External border dynamically exports the fabric prefixes to the outside world so that users in the fabric can reach internet. We do not import external domain or outside world. An anywhere border is used in networks where same borders are the entry and the exit point to all services such as data center, shared services, and internet. Now let's take a look at the UI as to how to make the border selection. We would select the border when we are doing an L3 handoff, meaning when we are providing an L3 connectivity to the hosts inside the fabric to the outside world. So we give the local autonomous system number and we select the pools which will help us do the automation for the border. And by default, without any selection, the border is an internal border. If we want to configure the border as a common egress point for both data center and internet, which is default for all virtual networks, then we have to pick this box, which is going to be our anywhere border. But if you want the border to be an external border only, which means we do not want to import the routes from the external domain, we check this box, which basically becomes an external border. Here we can see what kind of selection we made by clicking on the border details, and it shows up the type of border that we've picked. In summary, before a DNAC 1.3 release, we had to pick each type of border manually, and the selection was made easy and meaningful from 1.3. We will also have the option to automate layer 2 border. And layer 2 border automation happens when we click the border and we can select whichever virtual networks we want to extend or migrate from an SD access to a traditional network. And once we make this selection of the virtual network, it is going to ask us what is the egress interface that the internal border or a layer 2 border is connecting to, and the VLAN in the traditional environment. And the DNA center automates the configuration, which translates a traditional VLAN to a VLAN within the fabric. Thank you.